Hey everyone, and welcome back to Marketing is Not Selling. I'm excited to bring you another edition of our video blog here, and we're kind of on a branding roll at the moment where I'm going through and I'm giving different examples of awesome examples of small business branding and things of that nature. So I've got an interesting story for you today. I have a couple of friends who live over in Italy, and one of them has started a new business within the past year. Well, with what that they're trying to do, I've referred a few people to them that are friends from literally around the world. So they're not just in Italy, but they're all over the world, to help them develop their business, do their customer research, and that kind of a thing. Well, apparently they've been so pleased with the people I've been sending them that I got a really special package in the mail the other day from Italy. Now, this was kind of a surprise because I definitely was not expecting it. And what I found on the inside surprised me even more. Now, for those of you who know me, I happen to be a Ferrari fan, okay? I always have been ever since I was a little girl. I love the Ferrari. I love everything about it. It's on my bucket list to own a Ferrari someday myself, you know, just because. Until then, I just have to remain a member of the fan club. So as it turns out, my friends in Italy actually sent me some stuff from the Ferrari store. Now, being a fan of Ferrari, you would have thought that I would have had some of the Ferrari merchandise before now. I did years ago, but I haven't had anything probably within the past 15 years or so. And I was very pleasantly surprised to get several things in the mail, including this, which is a beautiful Ferrari keychain. I'm so excited about this. It's got the little Ferrari logo on it. So excited. Now I get to put that on my keychain, and eventually I can put it on my key with the Ferrari that I have. And they also sent me a couple of shirts. What's exciting about it is I've got a nice summertime shirt for here in Florida. Nice, beautiful Ferrari. Oh, so soft, lightweight. I'm gonna love wearing this during the summertime. And of course, it has the Ferrari logo. Of course. And then another favorite shirt that I know is going to be probably one of my go-to shirts when I go to conferences and stuff like that. The Ferrari sports shirt. I mean, this thing is just kick butt. It's that wicking sports material type of a thing, and it's got the half collar on it. And of course, I've already tried these on, so they fit me perfectly. I don't know how they chose the right size, but they did. Because, you know, you've got that difference between American sizes and Italian sizes, and they fit absolutely perfectly. I'm just so excited about this. But one of the things that really didn't surprise me, but at the same time it did, was the branding that Ferrari uses, even for things as simple as, you know, merchandise from their store. What's incredible about it. So each of the shirts came in a plastic bag, okay? Typical plastic bag, right? And of course it's got, you know, several different languages, you know, don't let kids play with this, otherwise they'll suffocate, kind of a thing. But what's really interesting about it is if you can see this down at the bottom, look at that, it's labeled Ferrari store. Now, I know for a fact that you can buy these at like 3 cents a piece when you buy them in bulk. And here, you know, they're not only buying them, but they're also having their name printed on them. I mean, this is branding to like the next level. And obviously because it's Ferrari, you know, they've got a much larger budget than the average, you know, small business as far as their branding goes. But it's important for them as a part of their image and their customer experience that everything that they do be first class all the way. And that, believe it or not, even goes for their tags. Okay, so obviously with retail, you're going to have tags to show, you know, sizes, how much it's going to cost and things of that nature. And every, you know, piece of clothing and everything that I got from the Ferrari store has a tag on it, which of course you would expect. But what you probably wouldn't expect, and I got to get real close to the camera for this, you know, here's your standard barcode, right? These tags that they make are absolutely phenomenal. They're all custom made. I would probably say the tags themselves, you know, unless you're doing very, very large runs, these things are probably going to run $4 a piece just for the tags. Because kind of hard to see. I'll see if I can get up in here as close as I can. This is laminated cardstock all together. And like I said, I know it's a little hard to see it here. Different colors. We've got red, white, and green, the Italian flag. Okay? It's all laminated together. And of course, you've got the red cardstock on the front and the back. And then if I can get this to shine just right, you can kind of see, you get a little bit of a glossy glare there, right? You see that? That's what's known as a spot gloss in the printing industry, okay? It's kind of like where you've got your red, your yellow, your blue, and your black, and then this is like almost like a clear coat. But you can do it just like you would an individual color. So you can do just certain portions, or you can do, you know, the entire sheet. By doing it this way, especially with the intricate pattern that they're using here, which outlines the shield of the logo. I'm going to put this back up here so you can see it again. You can kind of see where the shield itself is super glossy, but you see a bunch of wavy lines. That's also the spot gloss. Every item has a tag very similar to this. Some of them are a little bit different, okay? So like the keychain had the red background. My red t-shirt has a very similar one, except the shield is black and silver. And then you've got a black background, okay, with, of course, you've got your laminated Italian flag made out of cardstock. I mean, these things are super thick too. They're probably at least 1/4 inch, if not 3/8 of an inch thick. And then this one also has the shield outline in red with the gloss, spot gloss on top of the red. So you've got that matte black in the background, and then you can kind of see it going back and forth here. Get real close. And you can just see how it just shines. Just absolutely shines. And then the black one, again, also very similar. Same kind of a thing. This one's even thicker than the other two because of the specialty line. You've got the laminated Italian flag. Okay, so you got the cardstock with the red, the white, and the green. Black with the silver foil. Okay, we'll get real close here. Silver foil. You can actually see it changing colors there. And then the front, also same thing. You've got the shield in the silver with the black background, and then you've got just the spot gloss outlining the shield throughout the rest of the tag. Now, obviously, as a small business owner, I'm probably not going to do something like this. Not unless, you know, I could order, 25,000 pieces and be able to store it, okay? Simply because this would be cost prohibitive for somebody like me. Unless I was running a retail store and I'm putting it on every single item like they did at the Ferrari store, okay? But it's interesting to note that you can do stuff like this when the sky's the limit. I'll eventually be doing a specialty branding blog post on Disney and the way that they do some of their branding for like their annual pass holders and stuff, simply because, hey, I live in Florida, I can be an annual pass holder. But it's just interesting to watch larger companies and the way that they are completely consistent. Now, I'm all for bucking the status quo. I mean, come on, my website is marketing is not selling, another business myth debunked, okay? But if there's one thing I definitely do agree with, it's that you need to make sure that your branding is consistent across the board, okay? The same logo, maybe in slightly different variations for different projects, making sure that you use the same colors as often as possible. And I hate to say this, but you almost need to be Nazi-like about it, okay? If you go to McDonald's, or if you go to Apple or IBM or Google, it doesn't matter who it is, they're going to have a very specific branding guide that tells you the logos must be so many pixels wide, so many pixels long. If it's horizontal, if it's vertical, it has to look like this, or in certain proportions, like a 1:1 or a 1:2 proportion. You must use these colors, and they'll give you like the web hex equivalent. They'll give you an RGB color. They'll give you a 4-part CMYK, which is used for printing. I mean, they'll give you everything that you need in order to do their logo branding properly. And if you just take McDonald's, for example, okay, the famous golden arches, that yellow is a very specific yellow. And that specific yellow is used in everything from plastics to printing to displays. It doesn't matter. Okay, but the big thing to take from the larger corporations is that they are extremely strict when it comes to their branding, and as you should be. Okay, so if you're going to be doing something in print, such as tags, okay, this red that's on the inside, I'll bring that up again, the red that's on the inside here, I know it's a little hard to see, is the same red that matches the bag, which is pretty darn close to the same red of the shirt, okay? Like I said, you've got to be consistent about it. So, here's your action item for the week. What's one thing that you can do to make your branding consistent, okay? Maybe it's as simple as creating a Microsoft Word document or maybe a Google Doc or something that outlines what your logo looks like, what colors it uses, and to be sure that you know what all of your colors should be for both web, print, and screen, okay? So your hex colors, web hex colors, your CMYK for printing, and your RGB for screen, okay? So everything that you're using on your website is using consistency of color, okay? It could also be consistency of fonts too. You need to make sure you're using the same fonts for different things. Your headlines all use the same font. Your logo uses, you know, a consistent font. You're not using it back and forth and back and forth. So that's your action item for this week. Go ahead and figure out what you can do, one simple little thing that you can do to make your branding completely consistent, okay? If you've got some logos that are looking a little weird on your website on one page, but they look fine on the other, take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes, take 3 hours, whatever it takes to make sure that your logo looks consistent, okay? And go to some of the larger companies' websites, such as Ferrari, for example, okay? Ferrari or IBM or Apple or, you know, one of your favorite designers. It could be Chanel or Coach, or it doesn't matter who. Pick a company that you admire and go look at their website. Go look at how they brand things. Okay, fashion world is full of designers, and let me tell you, they are truly like Nazis about the way that their logos are used. They must be absolutely perfect every single time, and it's because it's a part of their reputation. Okay, same thing for McDonald's. Okay, even though they're fast food simple, right? It still has to do with recognition. It still has to do with the fact that wherever you go, you're going to recognize those golden arches. Every single place, okay? So go figure out the one thing that you can do this week to get your branding nice and consistent across the board. If that means reordering business cards so that they are actually perfect the way that you want them to, using the right fonts and the right logo and the right colors, then go do it, okay? All right, that's it for this week, and we'll see you next time at Marketing is Not Selling. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. And start enjoying this beautiful spring weather. Get outside, have some fun, and don't work too hard, okay? Life is all about balance. We'll see you next time.